questions for Coach?
Talking about the defensive effort, it seemed like it was there from the start. A lot of active hands, points off turnovers that got you guys going, and it was pretty consistent most of the night. Maybe not the way you wanted down the stretch a little bit, but overall,
we fouled a little bit down at the end, put them at the free throw line. We missed. We're not the biggest, strongest team. We're probably the smallest, youngest team. Well, we are the youngest, and so sometimes we get rebounds and we don't get in a real strong stance, and we have to because we're not as big as Robinson. Like she could hold on the ball with one hand and we couldn't take it away from her, but we've got to get in a better stance so we're able to protect that rebound. There's several times I see us get hands on balls and we don't get the possession. But now Jalen Foster has 6 rebounds, and I would have sworn she had a dozen, and I just felt like she was always there, always a factor on the boards, and her shot wasn't falling for tonight. I don't think she took a lot of bad shots. I know she shot the 1-3, it was an air ball, but it was a good shot. She was wide open. Maybe she was too open. But she was such a factor on the boards, and Josie Gilvin was a factor in there as well, just constantly touching, tipping, getting after balls. And that's what Maya's always in there. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to gang rebound. Rebounding's got to be a team effort. And, I felt like the defensive intensity was good. I was really, really thrilled with the communication on the court and the defensive end, talking through problems. I could hear them working things out, and they actually changed defensive calls on their own and made it work. They knew they better make it work.
Physicality was a big part of the game. Do you see physicality as a byproduct of the defensive performance you guys had tonight, or is physicality that sets you?
You mean us being physical,
yes.
People being physical with us? Because I feel like people push us around.
Both ways, diving on the ground, getting after it.
Yeah, that's effort. That's just effort. Like we would like to be a more physical team. We're just not built that way yet. And I think we'll get to that place, but right now we've got to focus on just effort and intensity and just playing really hard and trying to be first. Trying to be first to the box out, first to the loose ball, first to the tip, first to the passing lane, whatever it is, we got to try to be first. And as long as we do that, then we got a chance. We got a fighting chance. If we're second, then that's the first loser, and so that doesn't work. And we've got to just keep trying to bring that intensity and keep that communication going on the court, and then try to be first to the play.
She got a little bit late, but it's like I was just saying with the players. Walker certainly had to earn what she got tonight. I thought defensively as a whole, you guys really did a good. What were you guys able to do to?
She's a tough guard. She's tough to guard. She's a guard that's tough to guard because she's real relentless in her attack. Like she can hit the perimeter shot, the pull-up shot, the three, but she's real crafty and real relentless at attacking the rim. And once she gets in there, even at her size, we need to bring her in and let her teach some of our players. Like how do you score at that height inside like that? But she's really good at that, and we were trying to make sure we kept her away from the basket, and for the most part, we did a decent job of that. We let her, she hit the one shot there late, and then she drew some fouls on us and got to the free throw line. But overall, I felt like we were pretty focused on what the game plan was guarding her.
Different person every night. What a spark there by that court to get you guys extended a little bit to a lead. Obviously, you kind of needed there.
Odie's a real natural shooter. She's got a real smooth stroke. The biggest thing that Odie has been doing is just working tirelessly. And I mentioned on the radio before that she missed the summer. She went home to play with the national team, Venezuela national team, really to see her mom. She hadn't seen her mom in 3 years. And so I told her, don't stay here in the summer. Go home. And so she joined the team, went to Italy. She played without any practice. So she's just now kind of getting her game legs back under her. And what she's been doing is watching film. She and I have watched film. She's watched film with Coach B and just spending a lot of extra time in the gym working on her shooting. And she's really trying to speed her game up and get caught up. And she's an impact player. And you can see that. Like she's probably got the highest vertical on the team. She might be one of the strongest players on the team, and she's really smart, and she just continued to work, and she's not even close. She's not even close, and she's going to make a big impact for us, for this team, because she's going to give us a presence that we've needed.
5 straight to get over 500 for the first time this year. How nice is that to kind of get this momentum going after after the tough start?
Well, I mean, it's nice. I knew we were going to get better. I knew we were going to be better at the end of the season than we were at the beginning of the season. We had, like I mentioned the other day, Maya and Miru carried such a load for us last year, and to lose that percentage of not just points but of presence and confidence on the floor, it was going to take a little time. And we just kept, credit goes to the young ladies, to the girls. They've continued to work hard. They've continued to play hard, even in the games where we were kind of in our own way and shooting ourselves in the foot. They never stopped playing hard. We didn't always play well, but they always played hard. And they've been a very resilient, very hard-nosed, tough team. And so what we've done is we've continued to get better and clean up the offense and get a little bit better together on defense, a little better team defense. Communication's improved, shot selection, and the field goal percentage. So everything's trending in the right direction, but the most important thing is that communication, that teamwork on the floor. And I was real thrilled with how we executed down the stretch. We didn't always make the right decision, but for the most part tonight, we took care of that ball and we exhausted that clock and made it real difficult to come back. And that was something we didn't do last week. And so we've shown growth just in 1 week. And if we can keep doing that, we'll be the best version of ourselves at the end of the season.
It felt like Louisiana Tech had a lot of opportunities to get back in the ball game, especially there late. How were y'all able to answer them so consistently tonight?
Well, I felt like several of their opportunities came at the free throw line. And that was our fault for putting them at the free throw line. And they're a great shooting team, not just at the free throw line. They're a great shooting team, period. Maybe one of the best, if not the best. I have to check the stats in the conference. Field goal percentage-wise, they're one of the best. And so we have to continue to play good defense without fouling. They're going to make some shots, but we can't give points up at the free throw line, especially in the fourth quarter, because anytime you're down, your number one goal is to score with the clock stop. And if you can do that, then you can get back in the ball game. And we've got to learn how to not just exhaust the clock on the offensive end, but how to make people. And I felt like we made a defensive change. Actually, credit to the players. They made a defensive change down the stretch there and used a lot of that shot clock and really caused some indecision on La Tech on their offensive end. And so we've got to continue to get better at guarding great shooters without fouling.
Anything else?
Thank you all for